Hello, this is wmpyr and happy 4th of July. This video, I want to talk about a video I saw on YouTube, and the title went along something like this. It was the Tokyo Metropolitan Police officers doing a Yoshinkan Aikido competition, all right? And yeah, I scrolled down and I saw the comments that people left, and it was very, very disappointing for me to read a lot of the negative, disrespectful, rude comments, and that showed a lot of ignorance, in my opinion. So that's why I'm making this video. So yeah, okay. So let me go ahead and describe the video. What we see here is it's like in a gym type environment. So they're doing a competition, and it looks like a place where you would see a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu sport tournament where they're wearing the gi. It just looks like something like that. There's a referee, there's some judges, and what we see is there's a girl and a guy, and they take turns doing the moves to each other. So maybe the guy does like 10 attacks to the girl, and then the girl she does the Aikido moves. And then it switches. So now the girl attacks the guy 10 times, and then the guy does the corresponding Aikido techniques, and then that's the end of the match, and a decision is made, and one person wins and the other person loses, that kind of thing. Okay, it is a competition, even though they are not literally fighting each other, right? So what do we have here? We have choreography is basically what's happening. They already know what they're supposed to do. It's fixed in a sense. So it's no different than a dance competition, you know? In a dance competition where, you know, you're supposed to compete against each other with your choreography. So now it's not fighting, but it's based on how well you're performing the moves, how well you know your routine, and, you know, things of that nature, right? That's what they're going to be judging you by. So yes, it's still a competition, even though it's not a fight like boxing or like submission grappling. It's not a fight, but it's still a competition. So that's very, very interesting in my opinion. And maybe professional wrestling can take this route where it is choreography, just like a Hollywood fight, but maybe they could be rated for that, how well they do perform. And then based on their performance, they could be given, you know, a rank or who's the winner and whatnot. So I think that's a new direction for professional wrestling. And, you know, if they ever did that, I think it'd be pretty awesome. But anyway, I'm going off tangent there. So I think a lot of people don't understand why choreography, you know. This is the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. These people need it for real life. Yet what they're doing is choreography, so it's fake, you know. And I've said this to you guys before in a previous video, that when you cannot do full contact fighting in your training, then choreography is the next best thing. Okay? That if you're trying to develop real skills, you have full contact fighting. Of course, that's the best thing if you want to learn how to fight. Okay, if you want to learn how to really defend yourself in a real life situation, you need to experience that. But if you cannot experience that, if you can't do it, then the next best thing is choreography. So I explained to you guys that hundreds of years ago, when people just couldn't do full contact fighting because they would get hurt, they would hurt each other. And if you hurt each other, well, you're all injured and stuff, and it's great that you guys did a little tournament in the village and you know who's the best, who's second best, third best, and whatnot. Now your village gets raided. You guys are all injured. That's not going to work, you know? So you got to understand, they couldn't do that. So, and medical science was not as good back then. And it's not as readily available either. So why would you risk doing that? You know, why would you risk? There's so many reasons not to do that back then. So that's why in traditional martial arts, which comes from ancient combat, ancient martial arts training, it's understandable that they didn't do full contact training as much as today. And in fact, They did a lot more choreography type training. Makes total sense to me. In this case, if the Aikido organization, let's say they did full contact fighting instead of this choreography tournament, right? You have the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, which is comprised of a ton of people, men, women, old people, young people, everything in between, right? And if you did a full contact tournament, then yes, you will be able to find out who's the best within the department, who's second best, maybe the top 20, and you'll find out who should never ever compete in such a thing, who would not do well at all at fighting. Yeah, you'll be able to know that for sure, okay? But then that's not developing the department. That's finding out who can fight, who is the best, who is not. You know, the goal of the department should be to train everybody, not to figure out who's the best. It doesn't matter who's the best, who's second best, who's third best. None of that matters. What does matter is everybody in the department, whether it's male or female, old or young, need to train. And with this kind of competition, everybody can do it, you know. Maybe some of the stuff looked pretty brutal, but compared to, you know, anything I've seen in full contact, it's much softer, you know. So then it makes total sense that they're doing this to encourage, you know, their officers, everybody to get some practice this way. So just wanted to share that point of view. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.